John D. Rockefeller didn't just build a company, he engineered a machine that swallowed 90% of the world's oil. Today, we are stripping away the legend to reveal the standard workflow, the exact system that turned a small partnership into history's greatest monopoly. By the end, you will have a 5-step checklist to build with the same ruthless precision. Rockefeller, $400 billion in today's money. The name alone screams fortune. But this empire wasn't built on luck. It was built on Ledger A, a small book where a teenage clerk recorded every cent with religious devotion. Here's the truth most entrepreneurs miss. Business isn't a collection of people. It's a collection of repeatable, documented processes. Like Cornelius Vanderbilt, who turned a $100 loan into an empire through sheer mania for money, Rockefeller saw wealth as a scoreboard for reliability. The Wendell family did the same. They used obsessive record-keeping to sequestrate every tenant payment into trust accounts, turning simple accounting into absolute control. Rockefeller spent his early years as a servant to the numbers. While others chased gut feelings, he tracked pennies like they were diamonds. Pause. Look at your own project right now. Do you know where your missing cents are going? Or are you running on hope? Write down your top 3 expenses, right now. The Wendell family realized Manhattan would grow north, so they bought land accordingly. Rockefeller saw the same pattern in oil. Everyone was drilling. He saw the trap. The money wasn't in extraction. It was in refinement and distribution. He did not build refineries where it was convenient. He built them where he could pit railroads against each other for secret rebates, control the bottleneck, control the industry. Jay Gould understood this with his information advantage. He owned Western Union telegraph wires, the nervous system of the country. He manipulated news flow and silenced critics before truth ever reached the trading floor. The Grosvenor family locked down London for 1,000 years by holding freeholds in Mayfair and Belgravia. As the city expanded, they remained the unseen puppet masters. Rockefeller did the same with oil infrastructure. Strategic placement beats lucky location every time. Rockefeller's most ruthless move was vertical integration. He did not just buy oil. He bought the forests for barrels, the iron for hoops, the wagons, the pipelines, everything. He turned expenses into equity. While rivals were squeezed by external suppliers, Rockefeller's costs stayed flat. He followed the Wendell Doctrine. No mortgages, no sales, no repairs. All assets were purchased with cash reserves. This insulated him from financial chaos. It was a lesson the Singer's sewing machine empire learned too late, when their global investments were seized. George Vanderbilt's Biltmore estate echoed this, with its own dairy farms, orchards, and America's first scientific forestry program. A 250-room palace that fed itself. Self-sufficiency is not romantic. It is strategic armor. Quick twist: if you are an online creator, do you own your email list, or are you renting your audience from an algorithm? One is a permanent asset. The other is a ticking liability. Here's the story everyone remembers. Rockefeller watched a machine seal oil cans with 40 drops of solder. He asked the foreman to try 38. The cans leaked. He said try 39. They held. That one drop saved millions over time. This is the efficiency audit. If you do a task 100 times, find a way to do it with 1% less effort. This level of precision was required to build the White House. Aquia Creek sandstone was transported by water and by ox carts on a schedule with zero room for waste. Contrast this with Forever 21. It collapsed because the founders ignored 85% of expert advice. Their supply chain lagged 20 weeks in an industry where trends shift in 7 days. Rockefeller's rule of 39 ensured his standard was the only one the world could follow. There was no hubris bubble, just ruthless refinement. To recap, we have covered ledger tracking, bottleneck control, and vertical integration. Rockefeller started at 50 cents a day. Pacing is everything. But here is the dark side. The same systems that build monopolies destroy them. When you win too much, you stop seeing market shifts. and then the government breaks you apart. To survive, the Titan must employ strategic amnesia. The Bush family transitioned from a 1942 federal seizure of Nazi-connected bank accounts into electoral gold and presidential libraries. Rockefeller laundered his reputation through massive public works. Jay Gould's descendants traded robber baron infamy for public stewardship, eventually controlling Washington, D.C. real estate, like the Mayflower Hotel. Even the Vanderbilt legacy, once pathological spending, eventually produced Anderson Cooper, who rejected the initiative-sucking curse of inherited wealth for genuine self-worth. The pattern is clear: dominate, then donate, then disappear into respectability. To build your own machine without becoming a villain, you need a hubris audit. Use the Titan SOP checklist. 1. Ledger. Track every minute and cent for 7 days, like a 19th century bookkeeper. 2. Bottleneck. Identify the one person or service, the Western Union of your niche, that has too much power over you. 3. Vertical pivot. Find one middleman cost to bring in-house. Follow the no sales mandate. 4. Rule of 39. Automate or simplify your most frequent task by 1% this week. Prevent logistical drag. 5. The hubris check. Identify one piece of expert advice you are currently ignoring. Avoid the founder's bubble. Pause. Identify the one professional hurdle you are facing right now. Which of these 5 steps are you missing? If you are reacting to their timeline instead of setting your own, you have already lost the room. If you value these deep dives into the hidden protocols of history's elite, subscribe for a new documentary every week.